This is Sue Greenwald with Awakened Stories at the capital of District 5 slash the Earth with King Sananda, also known as King Smarty. Hey, Smarty, how are you?
I am fantastic, and I liked that intro right there.
Yeah,
That was pretty cool.
We're from the capital of Earth, right?
That's right.
Capital of District 5.
That's exactly where we're at. Yeah.
Yep.
A lot of people finding out the hard way. Well, some are finding out the good way, but the hard way is, necessary for some too, I guess.
So, okay, lots going on now. Mind-blowing stuff going on.
Oh yeah, it's all types of stuff happening everywhere, and it's all leading to where Dad wants it all to be. Including the stuff we recently just had to deal with. I mean, we literally had to uproot and move operations and all types of stuff. You've seen it, you witnessed it, and we had cops called on us, all types of shit, black mold up in the ceilings and vents and everything, and behind the woods, and it was just crazy. And that's that's a different subject there, but there's a lot of other positive things happening, a lot of arrests happening, a lot of transfers of funds happening, a lot of TDA stuff happening. Just one of the recent updates that we received last night from the DOD was that it's on go, and there's supposed to be some type of announcement this coming 4th of July by the Trump or the administration, blah blah blah. With that being said, a lot of people lost faith in that process. So we continue to do what Dad wants us to do. It don't matter who say what. I'm doing what Dad wants me to do. So everything that we're experiencing, me and my team, is because Dad is changing us to a different position, and people are seeing this shit happen live. With everything, with the contracts, with all types of good stuff that's happening. Y'all see the news. Pedophiles are being arrested. Pedophiles are being eliminated. The Israelis are being fucking pummeled. We're gonna hunt these fools down because they are nothing but satanic individuals who believe they have impunity, if you would. They believe they can run around and hunt people's children and violate them and eat them and have parties right next to fucking starving people in Gaza like it's okay. So that type of energy, that type of stuff will cease to exist, and we're moving into the reality of that, including the fact that um, um, the wealth that we are walking into is going to be a permanent and a everlasting type of thing where some of us will be unlimiters. The T is silent, by the way. So um, we are moving into a reality where we have unlimited resources because of who? Our creator. So, despite what's happening to us and what we had to deal with, good things are still happening. We're still being contacted, we're still being called, we're still getting reports from different people, different places, and we are executing as problems come in. One of the things that Dad told us about when I first moved here is where the black mold in this area is so bad that we're going to use the black mold to acquire all of the properties. So that being said, I did tell y'all that we're going to create a kingdom and a city, a crystalline type of city, or whatever type of city Daddy wants us to create. It's the capital of Earth. That's what Destin will be, is. So these are the steps that are necessary to get to where we're going, and we're going to make my landlord an example for what he's done. Okay, so we're going to make an examples out of a lot of people in this area, including the so-called authorities. Um, that's that part. And then as far as the wealth transfer, there's lots of people out there that are still in the way of the wealth transfer. And it doesn't mean that they're evil. It just means that they want to keep their jobs, and they're doing things like not authorizing your access to your TDA accounts, right? They want to get paid, so they have to sit there and make sure you don't get access to it. And because we are now pushing the issue on the TDA account because dad said doors open. Okay. So if you want to blame somebody for your shit not going through, blame yourself because you need to be working and figuring it all out. Okay. So dad said the TDAs um, will work, are working, and will have more breakthroughs and more codes that will be made available. The good news about it all, we did the TDAs 6, 7, 8 years ago. We were accessing, we were doing the same thing. Some of us actually paid bills and they stuck, right? Same thing is happening now. The good part about what's happening now is our abilities as far as the crews, we see more, we know who's involved in stopping them now. So, you know what that means? So it's only a matter of time before they give you full access and they're going to be in a position where, here, take this. We don't want no problems. Okay, so there's so many cool things like this are happening, and we have to get over these little hurdles to get to that new state of being, of the new reality of what we're walking into. Um, so there's just so much shit happening all around the world. It's crazy. The fact that they're all being rounded up, they've been being rounded up, the executions, the military tribunals, the fact that there's clones and you don't know which Trump is saying what and blah 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 blah. And um, we have to be on top of these things so that we can execute everything Daddy wants us to execute. So what I did was, now that we got a new place, I bought two beautiful, brand new reclining chairs for me and B, and we sit there all day long and pop shit.
Man center.
That's right. That's right. And it only gets better and better and better and better. Just this AM, Daddy showed us and told us, because when Daddy talks to us, he doesn't only talk, he shows us the shit. He shows us things. So just today, he told us and showed us that a lot of the people in the intel community are finding out that they've been lied to about me and B. And they're finding out that a lot of the stuff we've been saying and doing is really happening. So now they're questioning their chain of command.
Right.
Not only that, you got people in high ranking positions that when my name is brought up, they won't say things like, "Oh no, leave that alone. It's trash. It's junk. He's crazy." They'll just literally ignore the that type of conversation because there's no way to really explain what I am, what we are, and what we could do, right? So the best thing for them to do is just change the fucking subject. I had a conversation with somebody just yesterday. One of his space force buddies literally did that to him, and I told him, well, it's okay. Um, a lot of people know I'm in control. A lot of people know I'm the head. A lot of people know I'm the supreme commander. It's not for everybody, and it don't matter who believes it or not. Um, and Daddy told us this morning that it's in your face more and more and more and more and more. And every time I do something like tell y'all to go after your TDA's accounts that are in your fucking name that they fraudulently did on you, so there's no fraud being there, right? When I tell y'all to do these things, who do they target? They target me, of course. So as soon as we doing all this, they put in a little group together and they send out the group to come at us, and next thing you know, the group disappears. So, what are you gonna do?
Right.
What are you gonna do?
So there's a bunch of guys in a room or whatever. Whenever somebody tries to put their TDA through, they're blocking that account right now.
The same way that that little post that I did with the Israeli blocking all your social medias.
Yeah.
Access denied. Access denied.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's literally groups of individuals that are in the square space, like telemarketers, making sure your shit don't go through, making sure it reverses on these phone calls. Don't let this through. Don't let that through. Stop them. Stop them. Stop them. Stop them. Stop them.
Yeah. So are you able to light them up when they block our transaction?
That's exactly what's happening.
From the armchair.
That's exactly what's happening. That's why I say, that's why I had to say something in the group chat last night, because those of you guys that have been with us for years, we know that we are in a battle. So we're not going to sit there and cry about something that didn't work out when we are literally in the battle, and the battle is exposing them, like I told y'all. So we have to expose them before we eliminate them. So now that we're right here at this point in time, working on the TDAs, and all of us are watching who's blocking them, guess what happens? We get to remove them because we're exposing them. And just because y'all can't see what's happening, don't mean we can't.
It's awesome. It's awesome.
It's very awesome.
Yeah.
What part of the golden age didn't y'all understand? Okay? This is why I'm here. This is why I exist. This is why my crew exists. This is why Sue exists, the interviewer, right? to make sure people gets this shit, to make sure it gets out, to make sure that we find out all the bullshit that Daddy wants us to find out, and he put me here to expose everything and everyone, and there's literally no way around it. There's no way around me. There's no way around your creator. Who do I work for? That's my main question to everybody. Who do I work for? Do I work for Smarty? Hell no. I wouldn't even know where to start. Right? I wouldn't know where the fuck to start. I wouldn't know what to make up, because it's, we can't make shit up. And the cool part is that since we're dealing with Daddy, we got content forever.
That is fabulous.
It's fucking great. It's fabulous with a capital S. I mean F.
F. That's awesome. Now, so we've got a TDA group, and there are many that have had their bills paid.
Yes.
And they're working on connecting it with other third-party systems.
Right.
And that is like beyond exciting. Beyond exciting.
This is true. What I've known and what I see is that if it's like a prepaid thing, or if it's like a utility type of thing, once it's paid, it's paid. They can't even reverse that. And although they attempt to, but at the same time, when they do, it exposes them who did it. And now here's the kicker. Now you motherfuckers have to explain to everybody why'd you do it. These accounts are in our names. Why did you not authorize my transaction? Why did you not authorize me to pay my bill? Huh? It clearly says my fucking name right there.
Trying not to laugh too hard because I have congestion. But it's so funny. So funny. So every time we create a transaction, it may or may not go through, but if it doesn't, it's still a good thing because it lights up the bad guys.
That's true. Here's another thing, just like I've been telling y'all. Your TDA is also what they're banking off of when you go to the courtrooms.
Yep.
Your TDA is what's paying them to keep your ass in jail. And because you don't know nothing about it, your ass is staying in jail. It's all a fraudulent system that they created and they didn't tell you about it. So now you're in a system, you're in a fraudulent system that they're banking off of you in many ways.
Right.
And that system is crumbling right before your fucking eyes. And all those that like to keep that system in place are being eliminated. Whether it's a straight up assassination where they leave the body for the authorities to pick you up, whether it's an evaporation and your mind wipes the people around you so they never knew you exist, whether it's you going to jail and being military tribunaled, you dumb motherfuckers are paying the piper, and you're paying with your souls, not just with your energetic bodies. That's why we can do what we can do, because we know that y'all energetic bodies are energetic, and we can evaporate them. We can take you and put you on Pebble Valley where you become a pebble forever. Like, there's so many things that you yourself don't understand on what's happening around you because you're too dark. You've been listening to the wrong side for a long fucking time. And you were under the guise that they had all the power and they control the world and this wealth is everything. You stupid motherfuckers, you don't know shit. And then I'm sitting here talking shit with this evil laugh, like they say. And I'm not evil at all. I'm just cleaning house. So another thing that was brought up, I've already told you guys this for years, that they've considered me a nuisance because of what I do, how I am, the energies, the frequencies, the healings. Everything that I do is to benefit humanity. So I graduated. I've graduated from a nuisance to a nuisance ally, which I don't understand that yet, but I guess, right? Well, no, I'm not a fucking nuisance. I'm the fucking boss, and shit is getting done, whether y'all like it or not. Okay, everything is being exposed, and I'm talking about everything: the child trafficking, the stolen identity shit, like Johnny Boy talks about, on how they raped and pillaged his entire fucking family and then replaced them and made you believe that, you know, cabal members and mobsters were the real Kennedys and all this shit. All of it is being exposed. The fact that there's AIs and robots and clones in the place of the natural person that they took out just to keep their fucking little charade going is being eliminated, is ending. The fact that the reptilian factor of them being able to shapeshift into anything they wanted, right? Not anything and not all of them. The fact that that's being addressed is the reason why we're at where we're at right now. Full disclosure is guaranteed. Full disclosure. The fact that all the ships are everywhere. The fact that every time I say something, the shit happens. Okay? Everybody has to understand I work for your creator, your father, daddy, my father, our father, Allah, whatever the fuck you want to call daddy. Sorry, daddy, I didn't mean that. So, you know what I'm saying? And I'm having a fucking blast while we do it. You know, like everybody around me sees how I am. I'm loving, I'm fun, I'm giving, I take care of people. Um, um, I'm always having a good time, and I'm barely around any kids because I know things like the Marmar Post. They use that type of shit against people. Oh, the way you're around kids is scary. What the fuck you mean the way that I am around kids? You don't know me. You don't be around me when I'm around kids. And when I'm around kids, it's at these fucking events where I'm giving them gift bags. Fucking idiot. So there's always going to be people like that. People that are always going to use the mirror effect. Whatever they're doing, that's what they do.
Right.
Or that's whatever they doing, that's what they're saying you're doing. Right? For instance, the guy Mitchell was just telling us about how he's got contacts, talk about the underground tunnels and the submarines that go to certain military bases, blah, blah, blah. We all know this is true. I can see it. The reason why I'm bringing him up is because if you remember NORAD Mike, the Navy guy Mike, remember Mike, the Navy guy that was on Journey to the Truth or whatever the fuck?
Yeah, yeah.
He was out there telling everybody about all these different things, including that submarine, the bases, and all that. And he also talked about the group of individuals that were like ghosts and they would just pop up and do shit and then disappear. That was us. What did they do shortly after he was telling everybody all this shit? They were saying he was a child molester and he did this and he did that. Now we don't have Mike coming out and exposing more shit because everybody done threw dirt on his fucking name.
Right.
You remember that?
Yeah.
So that being said, it's time for all of these people to come forward. We already know their MO. We already know that, you know, they paint us to be exactly what the fuck they doing. That don't work. It don't fucking work. It does not work. Plus, if you're around me and you see the way that I am with my kids, there's nothing to be frightened of. My kids are the smartest, not the smartest, but they're smart kids. And that's because dad and big dad trained them to be that way. Some of them, you don't even have to fucking train them because they come out that way. Thinking they're the fucking boss. So there's a whole lot of shit going on. The fact that that Israel is being demolished and all that, that's what they chose. We've been warning them to stop, cut it out, change, and now they're being demolished. There's a lot of different things happening with that. A lot of the missiles and a lot of the attacks aren't just from, Iran. It's from other beings. It's from other sources, and it's done just to prove a point that this is what you chose, and nobody's coming to your defense. And even if they attempt to come to their defense, they're being shut down too. So that is exposing who, why, where, when, how, what, eliminate. That's what's happening around the world. You seen that the little kid get flipped in the air by the fucking Israeli guy, right? What did I say? I said, if I was Putin, I'd execute this motherfucker myself. He gonna get executed. I guarantee that shit. Whether Putin does it or I gotta fucking do it. You ain't getting away with that. The same way when the Israelis are bombing these innocent people in Palestine, they not getting away with that shit. They are being given choices. And every time they pull that fucking trigger and drop those fucking bombs, they're being eliminated and somebody else is in their place to do it all over again. That's what's happening. Are they reporting it to you guys? Absolutely not. Do they want to report that shit to you guys? Absolutely not. They don't even want you videotaping the fact that Tel Aviv is fucking flattened, right? They don't want none of this shit being exposed because they're supposed to be the chosen people and that's their land. Get the fuck out of here. Not to mind you, not to mention, they created that Bible, right? The Bible that says it's okay to be a pedophile, right? They created that shit. So yeah, no, they're done. It's over. I can keep going on and on and on and on because I'm excited, right? This shit is happening.
No, we love hearing this. We love hearing this.
Yeah, so it is what it is. Things are definitely happening, and I know there's a lot of things that I probably haven't covered. I'm trying to cover everything because there's so many shit happening. You know, the fact that the trade program is actually happening, and we do have our trade actually happening. However, the banks are putting fees in it, fees that we can't even pay for because nobody has that type of money. So that's what's happening right now with the fucking banks. 1 minute we pay something, next thing you know, another bank puts their fees in, which only tells me that these banks have lost all control to use your money to trade on, right? which also tells me that the real financial system is in place. Because if it wouldn't be in place, they wouldn't need your money to release your other monies. Here's another cool thing that I found out. Since Wells Fargo had to, or not had to, but since Wells Fargo shut down my account, I went to a new bank. The new bank told me that the wiring system that they got is literally on a real-time system where it happens instantly. And I told the lady, I says, yeah, you want to know why? She says, yeah, why? I says, because now some cabal type of I didn't say cabal. I said some corrupt type banker won't be able to access your funds. She says, oh, that makes sense. I said, yeah, that's why it's happening. so so little nuggets like that are happening all around the world. The fact that the IQD is now on Forex should tell y'all something, right? All of these little things are happening. Yes, they're not happening as fast as I would like, you would like, the rest of us would like, but they're happening. We have no fucking choice but to hurry up and wait. However, Dad promised us all this stuff. So that's where we're at. We are walking into the new reality, and how you say, and people like me are enjoying the shit because we're watching the fruits of our labors literally manifest right before our eyes. So I'm not Russian. I'm Puerto Rican, by the way.
Well, it is happening super fast. Like I was telling everybody, get ready. It's happening so fast, right?
It is.
Yeah.
It is. And then look, we got little things like okay, this is a little something on how Dad works and how reality works, if you would. We all want the RV to happen. Yes, we all do. A lot of us have currencies to exchange. A lot of us have historical assets. A lot of us have all these things that we're waiting for. And since we're constantly on those topics, they're not happening fast enough because it's like that carrot effect, right?
Right.
So then what happens is that creates something else to get us focused on and working on and helping on and doing blah, 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 so that all this stuff over here happens naturally without us fucking stressing about it. And then we're over here with the TVAs right now, trying to fucking pay our bills and trying to figure this shit out. Next thing you know, boom, yay, we're fucking happy because there's money everywhere.
All right.
That's literally what's happening, okay? So there's no need to cry about anything. Get with the program, help each other, figure the shit out. That's why Dad had me create the TDA group in the first place.
Right.
He would have not had me do that if there wasn't something to it. Y'all should know by now that everything that I do is calculated by Dad. It's exciting, ain't it?
So exciting. So exciting.
Let's fucking go.
And like I said, some people have had great success. So it's just a matter of sitting down and systematically going through it until you get your formula.
Exactly.
The more we all do it, the more these bad guys behind the scenes get taken out. And pretty soon they won't even be there and there will be no obstacles.
That part right there.
Right.
That part right there.
Awesome.
Because they've been fraudulently doing this. Now they have to explain in the new age, right? In the new reality, right now, why are you guys doing this? How did you guys get away with this for so long? You mean to tell me we've been suffering, paying our bills, and we had all these accounts? And you guys can use it, and all these different companies can use it, but we can't? Why do you think they need your social for everything you sign up for?
Right?
You know what I'm saying? You need a new house. What's your social? You need a new car. What's your social? You need a new business. What's your social? You need a new bank account. Social identification, please. You're going to jail. What's your social? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So their corrupt system is being exposed nonstop, and they're having a bad fucking time catching up or keeping up with us. Okay? And since I got an itchy trigger finger, you know,
Go for it, I say.
I don't even gotta leave my couch. This is so much fun, so much fun.
Awesome.
And more people will be coming out. More and more celebrities will be coming out. A lot of the people that you thought was dead will be coming out. I've told you guys that there's multiple dimensions, multiple realms. There's so many stories proving, actually not proving, but there's so many stories that's validating what I'm saying. For instance, Inner Earth, Admiral Byrd, when he was down in there, the fruits and vegetables grew so big. The people down there were so tall. Why? Because they're in a different energy field that doesn't allow you to age the way you do, that allows food to grow, that allows different things and teleportations and fruits and vegetables that fucking cures everything, right? And some of them are literally just roots off of a fucking tree or a mushroom stuck on the side of a tree. All of these wonderful things. So you don't tell me that I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about when I can actually see the shit. Okay? So watch what you're saying about and who you're saying it about. Come on, man. I live for this shit.
Awesome.
I was born for this shit. I can see it all. You know what I mean? So I'm excited. I'm excited.
I love it. All right, so we see something from, I presume, the Trump. There's a fake Trump putting a lot of negative stuff out, which is annoying to read. And then we're seeing something about, July 4th is going to be a big day for the wealth transfer. And then they've got another date in the future and another date for this and that, blah, 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 blah. Is that them kicking the can down the road again?
Yeah, everything is fantastic. I didn't mean that. I was.
Yeah, I know.
So what is that? What is actually happening is just that, which is why I say you got this Trump saying that, you got this guy saying this, you got this side saying that, and what's going to happen is you're going to see the real individuals step up to the plate and validate that what Dad was saying was true on how they're taking the image and creating robots and AIs and playing one game, and then the real guys are stuck in some bunker, scared to death, playing another game. And then you got us out here in the middle of fucking everybody, not worried about shit because we know and trust our Father. So what's going to end up happening is all of the legitimate guys and all of the guys that are doing right will form a coalition of blue hats, and we will come together and save humanity, or not save because I've already did that. Assist humanity in their next stage of evolution, and the legitimate guys are going to be in front line, front and center with us, with me, doing these things, because the truth is those of us like myself have already been validated and proven to be on the light side because of our actions, whether behind the scenes or in public. The good guys, or should I say, the white hats or the alliance, they know who the fuck we are. Most importantly, our dad knows who the fuck we are. So, just this evening, or should I say, yeah, it was this evening, early evening, Dad wanted us to bring all the light forces, all the good guys, round them all up, come together, and do these things for everybody. So expect that. And I literally said the blue hats. I've always been saying the blue hats, right? Because we're just blue. So You're going to see beautiful things happening from people that have been persecuted, that have been in the limelight, trying to make changes, now having uh, 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 um, now having someone um, who's backing them 100%, whether it's energetically or financially, all that, because that's the position that I'm in. That's what Dad is getting ready to do. It's what's going to happen. So all of the good guys all around the world will be coming to the table and sitting with us. And why wouldn't you? Because we're so fucking cool. We're so fucking cool. We're doing all this shit with pennies. And then you got billionaires and billion-dollar companies doing shit that'll harm you and you know, whatever it is, whether it's fucking food that is made up out of fucking who knows what the fuck it is,
Yep.
to technology that's doing nothing but fucking spying on you, right? None of that shit affects me anyway because Dad wants them to see shit, and I can sense what not to fucking eat. So we're gonna have a super. We have now we have a super force that will make itself known, and when we come together, everybody's gonna pay attention and listen because we're gonna have the best of the best on the squad. That's where we're walking into.
Mic
And
drop.
y'all see, yeah, exactly. And y'all see some of the people I've already, made alliance with and been in contact with. Y'all seen all types of people from all walks of life doing great things.
Mhm.
So what do you think Dad's doing? He's lining it all up. He's lining it all up and he's dropping it like it's hot. We got we got we got some of the best guys that will make new materials. We got some of the best guys that are making water machines. We got some of the best guys that are doing agriculture. We got some of the best guys that are creating fuel out of plastic. We got some of the best guys doing free energy devices. And then you got me, right? Who's bringing all of these individuals together and protecting them so that everybody knows don't fuck with this dude because if you do, then the Smarty's going to visit you. And you don't gotta believe that. You don't gotta take that serious. I don't give a fuck. There's no force on this planet that's gonna stop me. And I warned y'all over and over again. So that's where we're at. We're unlimiters walking into a beautiful new reality where all things are possible. And then you're gonna have the move. The move is coming into full effect. We had a lot to deal with. However, we've already started it. It's going to come in full effect. You're going to be educated on all of it, including the TDA stuff and how it all happened and where it all started. All of this shit, it's going to be in a move course somewhere along the line. So it's so exciting, so exciting.
You always get us feeling so happy and excited when we do these.
That's what I do. I broadcast love and light and comfort. I comfort everybody and let y'all know that there's light at the end, not only at the end of the tunnel, but the whole fucking tunnel.
Yeah. Well, we've all worked our whole lives like doing the right thing, what we were taught to be the right thing. And now we're learning all the time that that's been corrupted, it's been wrong. It's quite offensive that we've wasted our lives following stupid rules and doing things their way. But
Right.
good news is we're here now. We're learning the new way.
Yeah.
We're gonna help others behind us learn it.
And I gotta be honest, and I'm sure you guys will feel the same way, but I kind of feel sorry for the cabal because they've been taught to be this way when they didn't have to be that way. However, they still chose to be that way because they have daddy in them too.
Yeah.
His dad created them. So there's a difference between being dark because you were chose to be dark or being dark because you had to be dark, if you would.
Yeah.
So just because you went through MK Ultra and you've been violated and you've been doing this and you've been doing that, you still have a choice to either continue to do that shit to others because you were done that way, or to stop it with you, expose it all, show people what's been happening, and start doing the right fucking thing. And the perfect example is John F. Kennedy Jr., who we call Johnny Boy. Okay? Because he could have did the same, he could have been the same fucking way. He chose not to. And because he chose not to, he's been experienced nothing but fucking hell. And that's over too. That's over too, because we love Johnny Boy and we're going to make sure Johnny Boy gets the recognition that he deserves and everything will be restored to him. And you know how I know that's the fucking truth? Here's why. Because when I was losing things a few times in my life, I've lost everything and then regained it. Dad told me, if I can do it to Job, why can't I do it to you? That's all I needed to hear. Okay, Daddy, let's go. This is why Smarty don't sit there and fucking cry about shit, even though I do complain about little bits of shit, right? I don't sit there crying about shit. I figure out ways to get shit done. That's my fucking job, creating solutions. Solutions. Even on one of my flyers or my posters that I had at your event, it said Holotech, providing earthly planetary solutions. Remember that?
Yep.
Okay, well, that's what the fuck I do best. Create solutions. And we got an extermination to continue.
Right.
So the solution is energetically loving them and putting the salt, like salt on a pillar. So let's love these motherfuckers to death, okay?
Right. Right. And then we have a visualization with Peter's video. We get to see, like, if you can't imagine what it looks like, now she's giving you the images.
Yep. She's got some more of those videos to do.
Yep.
And a lot of us are lacking funding because we could have been doing a lot more things. However, we are lacking funding, including myself. And shout outs to all you guys that helped me through this little past few weeks. Your help was greatly appreciated, and I know for a fact that Daddy blesses you because you bless me. And not just me, Daddy blesses you because you bless others. So once we do become super financially stable or have access to our existing accounts, we will do lots of great things. And literally, we're going to change the fucking planet overnight. It's not going to take 5 years, 3 years, and we're going to leave 3D and go into 5D. Man, shut the fuck up. It's going to be months. It's going to be months. Let me finish taking out these motherfuckers that are stopping your transactions, okay? And then we'll see how long it's going to take.
Okay. Yeah, I'll put my order in for tonight, please.
Right.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah, so there's, again, with the TDA stuff, Dad said that there's codes that will be received.
Awesome.
So somebody somewhere in those fucking banks, in those Federal Reserves, in the Treasury, they got the codes that they better fucking give me as if their life depends on it. Because it actually does.
All right.
And if you don't want to do that publicly, you don't have to. Just let everybody's transactions go. And you may survive this shit. Okay?
Awesome. All right. Now back to John Jr.
Yep.
When we talk to him, when we watch his videos, you can feel the love. Like, he's lived this life filled with poverty and betrayal and all the negatives, but he's still generous, giving to others, helping others, including others.
Right.
Look at the person that took his place. Look at his eyes. All right. Not a good guy. You could see from his eyes. He would smile on the outside, but he was a bad guy on the inside.
Yeah, it's because you know.
Yeah. So we're going to be seeing a lot more of that coming out very soon.
Yeah, like now, like today. I mean,
Yeah.
like, you know, there's so many things that still have to be exposed. And here's the cool part about it. There's there's a lot of things being exposed. However, now we're in a state of validation, proving facts that this was what it was, is what it is. And because of the 10 level of consciousness that Daddy had us raised this AM, this
Yeah.
this
Yep.
this evening, you're going to see exactly that. Not only that, you will witness the Israelis, the dual citizenships, the cabal, the deep state, because that's who really it is.
Yep. Yep.
That's who the really deep state is. Mossad, CIA, mixed up, blah 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 blah. But you're going to see all these individuals publicly be executed, arrested, whatever. And you will see live evaporation because we're now in a new energy field. And I'm giving you a heads up right now. Pay attention.
What's the deal with these fences around DC?
That's what's the deal with it. They're gonna start. They have to tell y'all what they're doing now.
Mm-mm. Okay.
They have to tell you what they're doing. They have to tell you the truth about it all because there's no way around it. And the fact that we're moving into, full disclosure, and it's not just the planet, the surface. You're talking about space. You're talking about reptilians. You're talking about humans from different civilizations across the fucking universe, all here helping, ready to reveal themselves. And they're a part of shutting down this fucking system. They're a part of showing you who exactly is involved in what, right? When we see these individuals stopping transactions, stopping RVs, and stopping all that, they become a target for every fucking being out there who wants to see the earth transition. You're outnumbered, guys. Y'all better come to daddy.
Awesome.
You fucking outnumbered big time. 1,000,000,001? What? Man, I feel so sad for them.
I don't think you really do.
No, I don't.
Yeah.
Just the part where they were bamboozled into being what they are.
Right.
That's the only part. But after you learning that, this obviously isn't the right thing to do, and then you continue to do it, yeah, you're fucked.
Right. Well, we're a product of our environment, the way we grow up, the money we have, the education or whatever. Our parents, our guardians teach us, right? So we're only as good as the information we're given. Now, some of us have a broader curiosity and go outside the norm, if you will.
Right.
So we've got people that are given good information and they want more of the light, and then those that are purposely misled and they don't realize there's a different way.
Yeah. That's that part right there is why I have some type of sympathy for some of these individuals. And those that do choose daddy after experience all that will
Right.
exist in some form or fashion. Those that are knowingly, like I said, after you learned everything, after you realized you were doing wrong, and still continued it because of financial gain, because you now have to consume blood, or if not, you'll die, shit like that. There's no mercy for y'all.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
And people are being assassinated by, angelics, galactics, and people. Everyday folks is out there, doing what they do and eliminating these individuals. And they're starting to do things boldly where they don't care what happens to them no more. And to be honest, it's like the people are fed up. We're tired of having children missing every fucking year, every month, every day. We're tired of eating food that doesn't serve us, that lowers your vibration, not to mention human meat. We're tired of all these type of things. We're upset with it and we had enough. So somewhere along the line, these things have to come front and center, be addressed and changed. Otherwise, it'll be an endless cycle of bullshit, which is what we've been experiencing through the last thousands of years. This is why we, as in me and my crew, are excited that this is the last cycle. And we're all coming together. People are waking up realizing that, holy shit, they are part of my crew. And you'll be surprised of who really is a part of my crew. You know, famous people and all. People y'all look up to. Some people you don't look up to because you don't think that they are good people.
Right, right.
Because of the role they had to play down here. Right. Okay, so it's very, very, very exciting, and you know, the last couple of weeks has been difficult, but at the same time, you know, I have these little um these little minutes or seconds where I stop and I start to tear up because we're experiencing all this stuff because we're here. We're at the end of this shit. And we're moving forward into the reality that we all want for each other. So yes, it's very fucking exciting, and sometimes it's hard to hold back my emotions, and that's why I have to walk away from certain people and do certain things because you know I'm the rock in my environment where I have to take care of these people. I have to do what I got to do. If not, we all don't have a place to live. We all fucking starve and blah 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 blah. So I'm dealing with a lot, and also helping as many of you guys as I can when y'all text me whenever you guys have questions and stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, so I mean, you see it, you see it.
Yeah.
So yeah. I do this type of stuff because I'm hardwired that way, and I want people to see the strength that I have while we're dealing with these certain things. And since I operate in the light and have standing with the way that I operate, there's literally no force that can come against me in a way that they would want them to. You know, they would rather me lash out and do all that stupid shit, which is not happening because I can see what they're doing ahead of time. You know, so just like the landlord situation here, you 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 I have to leave the place because we all got sick. We all keep getting sick. We don't know why. You don't see nothing like in the open. And then when you look at fucking vents and shit, there's like, what the fuck? Then when you have to leave and have the place cleaned, they want to decide to evict you, then call the police on you and tell the police that you're trespassing, but you gave us a key to get in to get some of our stuff. Now you just lied to the sheriffs, telling the sheriffs that we were evicted when you clearly are taking my fucking money every month that's never fucking late. And you're doing all this stuff just to hide the fact that you guys knew that there was black mold in the place because I told you 2 years ago, and you had some guy come out and spray some stuff and say it wasn't that bad when it's actually way worse. Yeah. And now you want to have somebody come in there, clean it all up, change the vents, and try to get people in there. What?
They were painting over it. They weren't even cleaning it up.
Thank you.
Not cool.
Not cool at all.
Yeah.
And I guess because they're lawyers, if you would, and they got some cop buddies that they can do this shit.
Yeah.
No matter how you look at it, there's laws. And since you just said you evict me and there's no proof that you evict me, what do you think the sheriffs did? Sorry, Mr. Mendez, go about your business. Thank you, sir, I will.
Handled beautifully, although very, like most of us would lose our minds, right?
Yeah, not
On
only that.
trauma.
Right. Not only that, you seen what we've been dealing with. Then I had to go down to Miami to take care of some stuff because one of our guys in the fucking hospital bed dying. I had to go down there and help him. So while I'm down there and it didn't answer my phone because I'm dealing with an emergency, you decide you want to go to the house and change the locks on us. Then call the cops while I send my brother over there to check to see who's in the fucking house. When you're not supposed to be there, you didn't have my fucking permission. Right?
Yep.
So it's like, what the fuck are these people thinking?
They're trying to strong arm you. And like you said, they get away with it all the time. All right. The average person doesn't have, an abundance of money. They don't have lawyers that will help them. They're just trying to get through the situation. And this guy got caught.
Well, not only did he get caught, we can't even find a lawyer that would take the case. So we got something even better. We got a judge that's going to sign off on taking all of their property from them. Oh, did I just expose that? So not only that, they tried to send an eviction notice without going through the proper channels to the post office. I mean, to the actual mailbox to the house I was in, right? Because they says, we have a letter for you. What's your current mailing address? Dumb fucks, it's my mailing address. The house that you guys thought you owned. So I gave them my mailing address, which was to the house. They send a letter that wasn't certified, and who knows what it says because I didn't open it. I'm not going to.
After the fact.
After the fact.
Yeah.
So now you've been lying to everybody. Not only that, they called the pool boy and told the pool boy that they couldn't get a hold of me, so they need the pool boy to come out and clean the pool. And the pool boy says, I've been cleaning that pool for the last 2 years. What do you mean? Like y'all so fucking corrupt. Y'all. Another thing, you don't just do this type of stuff if you haven't already been doing it.
Right.
Now y'all being exposed because Smarty done told the whole fucking world.
Right. Corruption. Just one landlord though. Look how he, again, there was a lot of drama, and you handled it beautifully. Like most people would have been losing their mind. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you, like you said, you provided a solution. We executed the plan. It's all coming together. It was a little stressful, but it could have been much worse.
Yeah, that's why I thanked everybody for playing their part because it was a little stressful and Daddy got us through it, and it's not over because these individuals don't realize who they did this to.
Yeah.
And remember, it was Dad's plan in the first place.
Can we talk a little bit about your Miami trip? I want to show people this. When you were gone, you shared this post with us. Okay. And basically, what I loved seeing was we know exactly where the so-called supreme leader is hiding, and I'm like, oh, what? Okay, he's an easy target, but is safe there, and we're not going to take him out, at least not for now.
Right.
Oh my God, was he talking about you?
Nah, he wasn't talking about me.
You sure?
I'm positive because I'm not an easy target, and they can't take me out.
I know, because I was like, oh my God, because you were right down there, and I was like,
it was fun though.
I saw that. I'm like, oh, how exciting was that?
I felt like going knocking on the fucking door, but I already know that that's not the real Trump. So why would I?
Yeah. So fun.
Yeah.
One other question, kind of off topic, but I've been curious. A few weeks ago, the vampires all came to you at the same time and said, the good ones said, we want to help. The bad guys tried to attack. Where are we with that situation?
Well, there's the bad ones are pretty much gone. Daddy had us eliminate them that day.
Okay.
What you're seeing now is the good ones revealing themselves. However, they're still playing the bad role just to awaken the consciousness, awaken the people to the fact that they were vampires. So, in a sense, is the good guys are now playing the role only on film. They're not actually doing the shit no more. Like a post, you're shape shifting, your fangs come out, all that type of stuff,
Okay.
revealing this and revealing that, but actually not participating in the darkness of it all.
Okay. So no need to be worried.
No, not at all.
Okay.
Not at all. So,
All right.
with that being said, they're going to continue to show what they've been a part of, what they've been doing, just like the reptilians. They have to come out and show you what they've been doing. So these little slip ups with the eyes and the voice changing, those are pre programmed events to wake the fucking people up because they know that when stuff like this gets posted, this shit goes viral.
Yep.
So that's why they still have to play the role of them being a dark vampire when they're actually good, a dark reptilian when they're actually good. So, a dark Obama when he's actually good. You see what I'm saying? So, that's what's happening.
Okay.
The real kicker is when we start transforming. When we start transforming, a lot of people are going to be sick because they didn't believe us. They didn't want to believe us. They didn't want to be with us. They didn't want to join this shit. They didn't want to believe anything I said. And they attacked me and attacked my crew members and attacked you guys. So a lot of these individuals are going to have a hard time in the very, 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 very near future.
Okay. Okay. And you had told us a couple of years ago, the reptilians were shown that they could have a beautiful source-directed body again, that they could go back to what they were once.
That's right.
They've been collecting their bad ones, if you will. Where are we there? And then second part of the question is, what about the guys on Draco or whatever? Are they still coming or are they all good over there?
No, we pretty much eliminated the entire planet that they were at.
Okay.
That actually happened in 2018, I think. 2017, 18. There was a Draco king that was sitting on the throne and sliced and diced him to pieces, and then picked up the entire planet through it, put the entire planet through a portal and sealed it. So these guys they don't know where the fuck they at, and they're in confinement, they're in contained. It's kind of like creating a black hole that's not inside of a black hole, but it's kind of like a balloon. You put air in a balloon, and then you put something in it, and it stays there, sealed. You can't get out of it, just like an energetic dome.
Cool.
You can't do shit. So the only thing that can happen is y'all wipe each other out because you're stuck in the balloon, right? That's what happened with that, and the same thing that happened. That's the same thing as Planet X, which was the same fucking planet, by the way. Those individuals were taken care of. Now, the ones that you're seeing here that are revealing themselves is exactly what I said. Their role is to expose who they are, what they are, and then shortly after that, be either eliminated or be removed. There's not that many left that are super, super bad. They're just roles. Their roles are to expose it all.
Okay.
That's where we're at with it. And at the end of the day, we're not dealing with just reptilians. We're dealing with entities. We're dealing with spirits. We're dealing with lots and lots of beings that have mischief type fucking,
Yeah.
roles to play where they're fucking with your computers, fucking with your internet, fucking with your phones, and making sure there's keys missing. And the crazy part is that it's not always a bad entity. It's it can be anything from one of your future children who has abilities goes back in time, hides your keys from you because he don't want you or she don't want you to go down this road or go down here because if you did, they wouldn't be born. You know what I'm saying? So many factors in what's happening. It's just wild shit, wild and exciting shit. Like I know for a fact that my children are going in and out of portals and giving me fucking headaches. I can see them, right? And then you got the little boss one over here thinking, she's the ringleader.
Yep. Yep.
Not to mention, I got, different colored children throughout the universe who you guys are getting ready to meet. Think about it. I've been down here for 47 plus years right now. I have families that miss me. We all do, in fact, because of the consciousness, because of what we are, where we come from. We have family members that miss us all across the universe. And this is the role that I've had to play. I've accepted. I know for a fact what I am and who I am. This ain't for everybody. And it's definitely not for the faint of heart, which is what a lot of you guys are experiencing. We are the best of the best. Some of you guys are the best at complaining. I'm the best at getting shit done.
Yep.
So we're getting ready to open up this realm, this district, to all the other districts, all the other galaxies, all the other universes, multiverses, etc. And yes, there are different dimensions to this. There's different levels to this. There's different chessboards to this. Just like JP was saying in the last video that he just went live, when I just so happened to be on the toilet when he said, look into the mirror in the bathroom. So
I saw your comment.
So he said there's different layers of it. And there is. Now, when you look at a chessboard, you see the kings, the queen, and the pawns, the horse, the castles. Now, imagine that board and then having multiple layers of that same board. So when you move this object, you're moving multiple objects with it. Like that. This is what it is. 432, 432. Everybody look up that angel code and see what it is. 432. But yeah, that's it's so fun and so exciting, man. I'm glad that we're at a point where full disclosure is guaranteed. I've always knew it was because of the role that Daddy gave me and what he's shown me throughout the years. And there's things that get validated, and I don't realize they were validated until maybe 2 or 3 days later, a week later. Hey, dumbass, do you remember when I told you this and this was going to happen? It happened, didn't it? Oh shit, you're right, Daddy. I forgot about that.
Awesome. do the lotus flowers that you got on sale, do they have any, like, what is their ability or what is their frequency for? Like, what?
Well, it's pretty much the flower of life, one of the flowers of life. If you look at from the top, it's the flower of life pattern. It's broadcasting love and light. You can put it outside. It does the same as the chemtrail pyramid. It does the air purification. There's so many things that my products do. Okay. They don't just look pretty. Okay. And they are tools. And in fact, they do exactly what they're supposed to do. And that one is not just a beautiful piece that a lot of people love. I love it myself, in fact. Then again, I love all my stuff because Daddy's the one that gave it to me. I mean, shit. But you can also have different frequencies broadcasting in it. You can put your cup next to it. You don't have to pull off a charm and put it.
Yeah.
It
Okay.
has a an energy field about 3 or 4 feet, and within that energy field, whatever you put around it, if you put it on the middle of a kitchen table, everybody at the table gets healing benefits, charging your fruits and vegetables. Um, for those of you guys that are just new to me and my products, here's a simple test that you can do. You can take a piece of fruit, chop it in half, put one side over here, put one side over here, 2 feet apart, put one of the products next to it, and then let me know what happens. It's
Awesome.
that simple. It's that simple.
Okay.
For those of you guys that are skeptics about me and my products, there's a fuel chip on the website that you can take. You put on your car, and your car instantly starts steaming because the fuel chip changes the molecules in your gas, making it inert, so you no longer have CO2s and carbon bullshit coming out of it.
Mhm.
Cleans up the engine so that your gas burns at 100%, which is why you're now saving fuel. Turns your car into an air purifier, and your shit starts steaming, and that happens under 2 minutes. In under 2 minutes. The same thing with the EMF sticker, right? The EMF sticker, right.
Very transparent.
You
So
can't even fucking see it. Yeah.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
the same thing with that sticker. It's super fine. You can barely see it. That little thing right there makes sure there's no radiation coming off your cell phone because it has its own energy field. So when your phone rings, the radiation that would have came off your phone gets trapped within that field, kind of like that balloon shit that I'm talking about.
Yep.
And it neutralizes it totally.
Yep.
Not to mention, it also extends the Wi-Fi, right? Because everything is energy, right? And I can extend energy fields, so it also extends the Wi-Fi. So wherever you're at,
Awesome.
another thing is that it fucking recharges your phone a lot faster because all of those the solar power concept and frequencies, the solar panel, the solar inverter, the deep cell battery, the blah, 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 blah. That's all energy and frequencies. So what I did was I harnessed all the different frequencies, put them in one place, stuck them into a fucking sticker. And now your phone charges a lot faster. Man, I'm so fucking cool. I love myself.
That's so funny. All that into one sticker.
All that in one sticker. Because why? Because I love doing this shit. And when daddy tells me to make a new product, that's what I do.
Yep.
Not to mention these glasses, they help improve eyesight.
Yeah.
Okay. But I feel like Superman today, so that's why I'm wearing them.
Yay. It's awesome. It's awesome. And now about a week ago you put out a thing that said you're sending out small C notes throughout the universe. Can you tell us that story?
There was daddy wanted to send out a tone. What happened was when he did that, when he did it, by the way, when he did that, it killed off a lot of dark shit. Cities, planets, whatever you want to call it, entities, everything just went, just literally dust. So what he did was, and as he did it, me and B is watching it, and all you see is like layers of shit just turning into dust and evaporating everywhere. That's what happened. That's what that was.
Awesome.
You know what's the cool part about all this shit? Everything. But the cool part of it is you guys will be able to watch this shit because it's all being documented. There's called the Akashic Records, the Golden Book of Life, the Book of Life, if you would, and you got ships that are recording it all.
Looking forward to the Smarty reality TV show.
That is happening. Yes, it is. That is happening.
I've always said that would be one of the most fun shows ever to watch.
That is going to be happening. And there's going to be multiple reality shows.
Yeah.
You know, Anthony and his brothers are working on reality shows right now. They're working on all types of fun stuff. And it's going to be, you know, we're going to take all the limelight away from the Kardashians and shit like that. You know, um, uh, we're going to be we are the top, no matter how you look at it. And a lot of you guys are going to be famous overnight, and some of you guys like B didn't even want the limelight, but too fucking bad. Y'all stuck here with me, so you might as well enjoy it. And if
Yeah.
you don't want to be filmed, be careful whenever you walk to one of our events or something. You know, because you might find yourself on a fucking reality TV show.
Is it time for you to roll?
Yeah, it is.
All right. Well, it's been so fun listening to you. You're so excited. It's so uplifting and motivating. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you too. I'm so looking forward to everything.
Yeah.
You know, even this place where we're at now is beautiful. Dad said it won't be here long.
Not that, I like it too, but thank you, Daddy.
Yeah, that part.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, Daddy.
All right, we good. I love you guys, and I'm sure we'll be back soon because there's a lot of things that's getting ready to drop starting now.
Right. All right.
441. Look up that code too. A lot of things are getting ready to drop like now, so just pay attention. Keep looking out, keep doing, and keep sharing.
Right.
We'll be back soon. Love all you guys.
Keep working on your TDA.
Yeah,
Thank
that
you.
too.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Smarty.
Thank you.